Question: does it really save time to slice and dice earlier than you should? Let's talk about this. Back in a minute. Hey, good morning. This is Jan from New York City. My channel name is Jan from New York City. Saves money. I love helping people to keep more of their hard-earned money. With me today, of course, is my trusty hot cup of coffee. Yeah. Instant, of course. And if you spent over $1 on your cup of coffee this morning, sorry, you paid way too much. Mine cost me a whopping 10 cents. How's everybody doing today? Hope that this audio video, as always, finds everybody doing well. Let's jump right into it. My initial question was if meal prepping is worth it. Now, when I say meal prepping, I'm not really necessarily talking about this like elaborate 10 ingredient thing and spending all day long slicing and dicing. I noticed something. Sometimes less is more, but it all depends on your style of eating and this and that. Now, the weather is warm, and I don't know about you, but there are some nights that I am totally satisfied diving into an ice cold bowl of cereal with a couple of pieces of fruit with it. For example, let's say sliced banana and some sliced strawberry in there, and I could call it quits for my meal. Seriously, I'm totally happy with that. And then there are other nights where I want to have more of a protein, but I could tell you this much. Any time that I've ever done a breakfast for dinner, no matter what time of the year, that is so economical. That is such a time saver. You wouldn't believe. Now, everyone in this world does not care for eggs. Thankfully, I do. They are very inexpensive. Even during the worst of times, eggs still come out being a very inexpensive protein. It's a great source of protein of which you could do a number of things. Every once in a while, I feel like having an omelet. But sometimes at the end of the day, literally, because I am a morning person, I am not very like in the mood of chopping or getting too complicated with anything meal wise after 5 o'clock. Literally, I start fading away unless I take about a 10 or 15-minute nap to rejuvenate myself, until bedtime. And it does help me. But I don't mind doing a little bit of prep work ahead of time in the morning. How many of you out there do a little bit somewhat prep work for your dinner? And even the simple act of not forgetting to have an idea as to what you're going to make for dinner is very helpful. Because many times people get so busy, wrapped up, there's chaos in the morning, especially when soon enough it'll be back to school, another month and a half or whatever. And then the chaotic mornings start all over again. You know what I'm trying to say? Everybody's dashing around and looking for their clothes. Well, that's another show. However, but the main thing is I don't like complications at dinner time. I like easy. I like to end my day, wind down a lot easier. But I'm energetic in the morning. So for me to take, let's say, a couple of simple items, wash them, dry them, fresh produce, for example, slice and dice. Now, I'm not a very fussy person. When I like an omelet, I love good old a pepper, egg, and onion omelet. Once in a while, I might get a little fancier and throw a little bit of cooked sliced potato. I'm going to talk to you about that in a minute. So in advance, it doesn't hurt to have, if you know your menu plan, which is what I'm trying to say, which I forgot to mention, it is important. If you're going to eat meat, make sure your meat is taken down. One of the number one reasons, besides people not feeling like washing their dishes, one of the number one reasons why people end up calling up for takeout and spending extra money that they maybe didn't have to is that they fail to take down some of their meal prep for the evening, especially if a protein like a meat has not been defrosted, for example. That's why it doesn't hurt to make some meals ahead, like let's say some casseroles, throw them in the freezer, because even if you forget to take down your meat, big deal. Just take out your frozen entree and all you have to do is heat it up. Easy enough, right? But in the morning for the breakfast for dinner thing, what I like to do every once in a while, I'm not saying I do this every week, cut up some green fresh pepper, cut up some red fresh pepper, and cut up some onion, And because I like to eat protein in the evening instead of carbs. Okay, so for me that works out better. So I have those throw-ins. Now it doesn't only have to be in an omelet. Now that omelet with those items are delicious. You know, just add that with a little parm cheese and everything. Just like soften it up, saute it for a minute, and throw in my eggs, and I am good to go. I do not even have to slice and dice. I just grab and go. Take out my food savers, throw in the ingredients, saute them on top of the stove, throw in my eggs. Voila! Within a matter of minutes, my meal is done. This is just an example. There are many things that we could do in the morning to make our life easier. Now, it all depends. Not everyone is a morning person, okay? Some people literally, they're really, even though they might open their eyes at 6 a.m., they're not perfunctory. There goes that word again. Yes, it's a real word. They're not perfunctory until about 9 or 10 o'clock or after 3 cups of coffee. Ah, just saying. But luckily for me, I could, I'm pretty energetic in the morning. However, don't try to get me into deep conversations after 5 p.m. Not happening. ah, so always keep in mind that if you are very tired, before you raise the phone, before you call up for something that requires a tip, before you drive somewhere that takes up gas, consider if this is something you would eat, like I said, like a breakfast type dinner. Here's what I was going to mention about potatoes. Now, one day I noticed at a diner, there's a diner I used to like to frequent. This is years ago before I really started calculating where all the money was going at one time. But this diner was great. And I was sitting there and I noticed something. Like sometimes I used to like to actually sit at the counter on those round stools. You wouldn't get me on one of those round stools now if you paid me, because to me they're no longer comfortable. I was much younger then. So anyway, but I did notice something that, like when they get the breakfast foods together, on the side they had a chopped green pepper, chopped up fresh onion. This is, oh, this looks familiar, right? In my mind's eye. But then I'm noticing they had sliced potatoes, and I always used to love their home fries. Their home fries was like the best part of the breakfast special. I'm not even kidding you. Too bad that diner isn't there anymore. This place was located in Jersey. The minute you exited the Holland Tunnel, you looked to your right, and that diner was there. They have since literally, somebody purchased that actual physical diner, and I think moved it to another state. Imagine. Oh my gosh. And that diner used to be there like forever, any day. But anyway, I noticed when I was sitting there that the potatoes look boiled or steamed or something and pre-cut into slices. This is a great idea for you. So what the guy would do on his hot grill, anytime somebody ordered the breakfast special, and the most delicious part of it was the potato thing. Let me tell you something. Their hash browns were so fresh and so delicious. So what they did was they threw it on the grill. They added paprika to give it that nice color and flavor, a little salt and pepper. And they had the already, sauteed peppers, green peppers, red peppers, and onions. And they put it all together in a matter of a couple of minutes. I said to myself, what's to stop anyone from doing something as simple as that? So then what I used to do, I got wise. I says, I really like those home fries. I like this method. So what I did was I would parboil. Boiling is like partially boiling. So it was tender, crisp, because I knew it would have to continue to cook. So I'd slice, dice, put them away. I would add salt and pepper, let it sit. And whenever I wanted those type of home fries like that, man, it was so good. So just in case you want to invent your own breakfast special, there you go. A little diner trick there. That was a really good idea. They made massive quantities of that parboiled, sliced and diced potato, fresh ones, and had it ready to go. Just thought I'd pass that little trick on to you. There are ways to get around it without having to make that phone call, without having to make that tip, unless it's something you really want to do. Just saying. Well, that's it for today. Wishing everybody an amazing, fantastic day. If you found value in this video, please let me know by smashing down the like button. Don't forget to share the video if at all possible. Have an amazing, fantastic day. Till the next time, take good care. Bye-bye.